again, these horses are beautifully presented, and he certainly looks the correct shape to be doing the work well. Thank you. Sorry, I missed the halt here with the gate closer, but the centre line is very straight, and the trot is quite active. Into the extended trot. Again, the judges are looking for the rhythm, the ground covering stride. They look for the hind feet to overstep the footfalls of the front feet. He does seem to be doing that. And what we'd like to see is some very clear transitions with the horse carrying some weight. So a little wiggly through the turn onto the centre line, but recovered very well into a half pass, quite an acceptable half pass. You might ask yourself about the tempo with this. It's a little quick, yeah. And when they do travel a bit quick, it's difficult for them to spend the time on the ground and for their hocks to bend. So the work is certainly correct. It's just the tempo we'd like to see adjusted. So we have a clear 4-beat walk. Ideally, Alison, we'd like to see him step into his footfalls, wouldn't we? So if you look at the hind legs, which is what...
Well, it's a connected walk.
Yes.
But still we want him to appear to be stepping
towards.
Forward. And he was, for me, a little bit short, long behind a couple of times in that.
Yes, and again here too.
Here, yes. Little stiffness perhaps in the hindquarters.
So the judges will notice that. Could be... He does reach not quite nicely to the bridle, and the transition back was without any fuss. Down the centre line into half pass to the right.
And actually that looks a bit better.
Much better,
yes.
Yep,
much better.
Quite a good reach with the front legs. Quite active steps. Here we go again with just a little too hurried for him to stay
cope on the circle
in balance. Shoulder in. Okay. We would like to see much more. This movement is meant to be on 3 tracks, and really, it's an engaging exercise. Perhaps it could have been a little clearer. Very neatly into canter, no resistance. Again, this is a medium canter. So he does gain some ground. Towards the pirouette. Part of the judge's marks is the preparation for the pirouette, keeping the rhythm, counting the number of steps. He does that fairly well. Into a clean change.
And actually notice this horse keeps his nose a little bit out. He's in front of the vertical.
Yes.
Unlike the other horse, the chestnut horse, it was just a little bit behind. Not a lot, but...
Okay, so now we expect to see 5 changes every 4 strides. And we are. A bit of a problem at the end. Jumping together behind. It means really that the canter needs more jump and it needs more engagement so that the work can be more uphill and then the leg can come through. Not a bad effort, but he did tend to lose the bend towards the end on the last 2 strides.
The last stride
yes.
And we don't want to see them really bent in a pirouette. It's just a little bit flexion. They have to be looking in the direction that they're going. Too much bend will actually interfere with their ability to do it.
So here we see the quarters leading. Started out reasonably well, and then the quarters were in advance. So for those judges on the centre line and on the short side, they certainly will be able to see that. Perhaps not so well from the long side. Extended canter. Again, You'd actually like to see him sit and push more, and the split between his hind legs to be bigger. So he's actually taking a bigger stride, but certainly very capable and an acceptable movement. Good boy. And a rewarding pat from his rider. And now you can see just how relaxed he is. This is often the most revealing part, isn't it? As
Yes,
they
when they
give
walk
the
out
rein
of
and
the
they
arena.
walk out. Yeah.
Why couldn't they walk like that
Yes.
in the extended walk? But always with the extended walk, they're supposed to keep contact, so
That's
that
right.
affects it a little bit. Now nobody's let her out.
Yeah.
But from the point of view of the collectives for this horse,
Oh, yes.
what would you say? I think it's again a competent horse.